Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody.
And I am Aminata. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
A little bit too loud. Yeah, little.
Oh my God. Guys, I'm doing all this stuff with the audio. Things are changing around here. Is this better?
Oh, they are changing. Wow.
Oh, okay.
What a recovery, guys. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to lean back from the mic.
Big, deep
welcome.
No, we're going to have a fun show. And a big one. We got lots of hot topics.
It's been an intense weekend. So we're here, like both of us are here to just chill out, forget about the drama, mama. And we're going to worry about other people's drama right now. The Browns. So, yeah, let's just get right into some housekeeping, Jody. Should we? Do you want to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the hottest topic of all, Jacob, you are just right on the nose. He wants to know how my finger's doing, if I've been to the doctor.
She's freeballing it.
I don't have my little splint on anymore. However, you can see my knuckle is quite larger than the rest of them. And I think I'm just going to have a little grippy issue for the rest of my life. But, you know, who knew? Who knew? I'm just going to take the Janelle, take the high road. Take the kids, take the man, take the dog.
There's a Louis C.K. bit where he's like, I'm at the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, this is what's wrong with your knees. And he's like, what do I do? And he's like, that's just kind of what happened. That's just how it is now.
It's just how you live now.
Yeah, that's just it. This is your life.
You're going to love me for saying this, Amanda. But I think your mic is coming out of your headphones, not your Yeti.
It's impossible.
So while you do that, okay.
All right.
Just kidding. So anyway, let's get to what's coming up this week, and then so many shows. I've been binging a lot of shows this weekend, so hopefully you have too. So this week, coming up on, I was going to say TRP, but coming up on Patreon Tier 2, I believe is the second half of Sister Wife Secrets, right? Secrets are no fun.
It's the first
Secrets.
I think. Maybe?
First half.
It's the second, you're right. Is this better?
Now I can't hear you as much. I mean, you could just fully hate me, delete me, cancel me. Maybe you guys, I don't know. It could be my headphones too.
Is this better?
Yeah.
All right, let's just go with this.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
No. Coming up on Girl Dinner. This was a fun episode. Leftovers, I believe. Do I have this right, Amanda?
You're right.
Okay. So little peek behind the curtain. We've been banking some episodes. We're like, yeah, we're going to get all our episodes. We're going to be professional. So blame me if I don't love the order. I was trying to do a Cody Brown thing, but I believe this week is what not to wear. Amanda, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, that sounds right. It is.
Wow. First time listeners, I swear we're not always this unprepared,
but
it's been a while. Listen, I'll just tell you guys, I had like a nervous breakdown this weekend. Like legitimately, I'm like going perimenopausal, need a new antidepressant like breakdown. I think we all have them. I'm okay. So poor Amanda has been just like put on the spot here. I was like bawling right before we were recording, but I'm okay.
My mic isn't working. No, you're good. You got this. And we're going to have so much fun today. Everyone. I said to you, every time I'm in a shitty mood and I sit down to record, I always, I've never not felt way better afterwards. So
no, I do. And like, honestly, as soon as I like see everyone, like your hearts and everyone's just happy to be here, I'm like so happy to be here. So Anyway, thank you. Sorry about that, but let's get to the rest of our housekeeping. Check out Patreon because we have updated our merch with Coyote Pass things, and we have a You Fine, I believe, is up there. We got some drywall. So lots of good stuff. Ooh, I hear something.
Is this better?
No,
Is that really loud? Okay,
yeah,
but I'm in the right mic.
You guys let us know in the comments. I believe so. Okay, now anything else, Amanda? Do you want to talk about Pod in the City? Amanda Loves to Hate Teen Mom adding to Patreon.
Yeah, Pod in the City is my podcast with my friend Joan. Is this better?
I think so. You guys let us know because it's kind of.
Oh, don't worry. They'll let us know. They'll send me personal messages, comments. Anyway, Pod in the City, we do a live every Wednesday. This is weird. Let's just fucking move. Let's just start. All right, let's just start. I feel like the energy is weird. Let's fucking
get into hot topics. Let's do it.
All right, we got this. It's been a while since we recorded, so our mojo's off.
Okay. See, everyone says you sound great, so it is mine. So it's all my fault, which really helps for today.
No, it's a whole thing.
I actually feel much better. So thank you guys. Okay, let's just dive right into this. I know we were going to have Joan on to talk about our White Lotus, but oh well, Joan's busy. He's got to work, lots of stuff. Amanda, did you finish, first of all?
I did, and I had a fun experience this morning where I got halfway through the episode and then it kept fast forwarding itself. Where all the has that ever happened to you guys? Yeah, we'll do crowd work here. You know what I'm talking about, ladies? Where your computer will take over and then it'll just go through all the tabs. It'll go tab, 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 and it'll go beep, 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 beep. So that happened for an hour, and I also had a nervous breakdown. It wasn't tears. It was I could throw my computer against the wall and just quit my entire life right now. But I did figure it, but it kept fast forwarding through, and it took me about an hour to figure out, but I did go back. I watched it. I finished it. It only ended, it aired last night, less than 12 hours ago ish. How are we going to do we do spoilies? How are we talking around
it? Yes. Okay. We're talking spoilers.
Are we?
We are talking about White Lotus. Yes. So if you have not watched it, sorry, take a pause, come back in a couple minutes. But we're talking about it. Okay. Oh, wow. Little Mrs. Stitches says that she actually had 2 breakdowns already this week. So she's better than I am. I love it. We're all together here. Okay. Spoiler alert. We have to discuss. Haven't talked about this with anyone. Amanda, just first thought, because I have a hot take and I hope I don't go down and people hate me and cancel us for it. What did you think?
Okay, here's what I think. I would compare this to the Seinfeld finale where the audience gets a little too excited and then there's all these predictions and all these expectations, and it's this could possibly have not achieved any level of surprise for anyone. There's nothing they could have done that would have been shocking because every theory has been made. So I went in being feeling he's kind of set up for disaster. It's almost as if they should just put them out all at the same time so you could just binge it and there's not a discussion going on. Yeah. And there's all these because everything that happened maybe would have been shocking because I'm really not smart enough to think of stuff by myself, but everything that happened I was like, oh, I read about that, oh, that was a prediction I saw, I predicted that. But people hated it. Yeah, it looks like it's mixed.
People loved it, hated it.
I thought it was good.
It was better than I actually thought it was going to be.
Sure.
So, just a couple pictures to kind of refresh our memory. Last episode when Chelsea became so lovable, she always has been, but she became 100%. Very lovable last episode. I'm like, all right, she's a goner. I really did love this moment. She was just so sweet and everything she said was heartwarming this episode. So, she was going to go. You're like, all right, well, someone's going to kill her. She's going to be one. I loved, actually, Jacob said the same thing. Lori of the friend group. I loved that. because we've talked about like this girl group dynamic and that, sometimes there can be this like, you're around each other and then, oh yeah, I remember she does that. Or they had those like rough times. And obviously your friend sleeps with the guy that she was telling you to go for. But I really did love that she just brought it to the table at the end. She was like, yeah, like this week kind of sucked and I was struggling with it. But then when she looked at, oh gosh, the actress, what was her character's name?
Carrie Coon?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what her name was.
That's
though.
her name?
I don't know anyone's
Anyway,
name.
When she looked at Jacqueline and she was like, I love you. And then Jacqueline said like, I love you. That was really good acting to me. I was like, whoa, okay. Like I believe that. That's very believable where friends can just be like, okay, I'm like so sorry I was an asshole. I'm sorry. You just be like, yeah, you're an asshole. I'm sorry too. Like that was believable. Like,
because when you're friends with someone or family, when you're friends with someone for that long, like over 20 years, you're gonna fuck up and like irritate each other and piss each other off. And so that it's kind of good to just have a little reset every so often. Like, look, we love each other, all right? The end. Let's just fucking move on. We're not. It's like you're. The decision is either to we're not going to be friends now, or we're just going to kind of get over this and move on. And nobody did anything evil. So
this was really fucking weird. We're all kind of bitchy in different ways. Like, let's just, okay, that was great. Yeah, this week was weird. I love that too. Jacob says, I love that you have a pretty face. That was great. But that was like something that you could say to your friend if you've been friends for 30 years. It's going to get you. But the thing that lingers and that I'm wondering if it's going to go into season 4 is when no, not Jacqueline. Sorry. Ricky Bobby. When Ricky Bobby chick went over and said to Parker Posey, "Oh, I know you."
that never got brought back.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's going to carry over. I'm sure there are other things that weren't quite buttoned up, but that was the big one to me because I was like, "Oh, are they going to see each other again, or what's that deal?" Speaking of Parker Posey, queen in this episode, I loved her. Like when she gave the thumbs up.
Why does everyone like her so much in this? I don't think she's that good. I think she's my least favorite character in this. Does anyone else agree with me? Everyone's like, Heather McDonald was talking to Julie and Brandi, and they're like, oh, Parker Posey, obviously the best. Parker Posey, I feel, is just playing a different version of chick from Waiting for Guffman, kind of. And I'm like, all right, it's fine, but she's not sticking out to me. She could be taken out of the show, I'd be fine.
Oh, I thought she's that great in this. I think she's got like certain mom moments, or like maybe someone like her, like she's like your aunt, or she's like that your mom's friend, or like that neighbor.
Yeah.
Like someone knows that woman, and I feel like that's why you're like, oh, I love her, because it just feels familiar. And just like when she was hugging Piper, and she gives, was it Tim? Is that his name? She gives him like the thumbs up, like I loved it. And when Piper's crying, she's like, oh, so happy that her daughter was miserable and failed there.
I don't think that she is bad in this. I just don't see how she's standing out to everyone more than people like Carrie Coon or...
Okay, no. Agreed. Don't think she's the best actress in this. Like, it's Parker Posey acting as a Southern woman. Yeah. Sure. I don't think her acting is way better than anyone else's. I just love her character in this.
When she kind of, when all of her like phrases completely soured for me, where the coconut milk turned for me, is last week on SNL when Chloe Fineman, who I now can't stand because you don't like her, and now everything she does irritates me. She was like in a sketch where she was being carried out of a room.
Heidi Gardner, because I think that.
Oh, was that who it was? And she screamed out. She randomly screamed out "tsunami" or whatever in her accent for no reason, just as like a cheap joke. And I was so irritated by it that I'm like, it's over.
I think that's the other reason I don't really love her. She breaks a lot. But it mostly because my own self-hatred. It's like looking at myself on the screen.
You do look a lot like her.
Joking.
Let's talk about the
dark
family though, because that's the
Yes.
storyline that I actually cared about. Now, this ending was exactly just all I could think of was the end of the movie Thinner. Have you ever seen that movie? It's really my dream. It's like this guy hits, here's the story. A man hits like a gypsy woman. Careful.
No.
With his car.
Stop right. So this is obviously this is purely fiction, fantasy.
Well, it was
that
the
would never
90s.
happen in real life.
She's like mad at him, and he I don't know, something happens, but this gypsy woman,
She deserves
she's
it,
like,
obviously.
she goes, thinner, thinner. And his curse that he can eat whatever he wants, and he can only lose weight. So then at the end, he like wants to get the curse reversed, so he goes and gets like a potion, and that he has to bake this potion into a pie and then serve it to someone, and he's gonna serve it to his wife because she's cheating on him. And then he like leaves the pie out, and then at the end of the movie his daughter comes up and she's like, I just ate that pie that was on the counter, and he's like, no. Anyway, that's what this was.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, happy birthday, Darlene. We love you.
Happy birthday, Darlene.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to this picture here for a moment. If you can catch the comments and see what everyone else is saying. Now, when they zoomed into them on the boat here, if you're listening, not watching, we have Parker Posey, the 3 kids sitting there. This is a throwback, thanks to my daughter, Paige, who was like guiding me through this whole thing, because she read all the things like you did. Like she was looking at all the theories online.
Yeah.
As soon as she saw this, she was like, oh, it's not like the see no, hear no, speak no evil anymore. Like there was the last time they showed the 3 kids like this with Piper with their headphones. So there's something with the like see no, hear no, speak no evil, and sets of 3. Like these 3 kids, then the 3 friends, the 3 dudes that were robbing people that continue to do it at the end. There's lots of sets of 3 in this. I obviously, okay, now when Lachlan drank the smoothie, I mean, I was like, really like, oh God, no. Even though, oh, thank you, Darlene, for the super sticker.
Thank you, Darlene, on your birthday. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
I mean, I was really going through it when he was throwing up, and then that whole thing, like the Buddhist, what they call him, Buddhist monk, was saying like that you are, you were like born again into water and all that stuff. And then he was like in the water, he was like swimming up. And actually my friend Julie Jancis, who, she is just incredible. If you go back in our Patreon, you subscribe. She doesn't like to call herself a medium, but she's like, She has like really good connection to like energy, and crazy things she has told me that like literally no one in the world would ever know. And it's not just like someone whose name begins with the letter M. Anyway, she texted me last night and she's like, oh my God, if you guys ever want to talk about this more, I'd love to talk about it. I have theories just with like the afterlife and reincarnation and all that. But I did love that angle of it, just to kind of get you thinking, like get in your head about this stuff. I do feel bad for the dad, which is great writing, because he should be so unlikable, like a piece of shit, like the 1% that you hate. But you're like, oh, he loves his family. What a guy.
He's doing his best. He's doing what he and I'm glad that he had. See, when my thing kept fast forwarding, it was exactly at the moment where they were like all like drinking the smoothies, and then it was like glitching.
So
and I was like, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind right now. I thought it was a good way to end it. I actually kind of. Now people accuse me and John, who both are only children, of being a little too glib about the incest storyline. And now listen, do you think Matt, do you, I think that it actually wrapped up in a way that was like, okay. He's like, look, I saw you there, and it was happening, and I decided to, help you out. We were having a fucking like orgy. So I was kind of like, yeah, I guess it's actually not that nefarious if you think of it that way. They were having an orgy.
Yeah. I think, or I wonder if Mike White was thinking like, oh, they thought that was the biggest of their problems, but like your life's about to change, bros.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're about to
like
go Schitt's Creek.
Remember that time when your brother jerked you off? Yeah, you guys are homeless now. So
yeah, you wish.
I really liked how the Chelsea and Rick storyline kind of wrapped up. I'm like, oh, they're together forever now. I actually thought it was in a sick way romantic.
It
He
kind of
couldn't have lived
was.
without her. She couldn't have lived without him.
She could have lived without him. I don't really understand what she was
She
doing
didn't
with him in
want
the first
to.
place. She's
She
like
didn't really want
22,
to.
and she's with this miserable fucking curmudgeon man who's twice her age. You'll be fine. You'll find someone so much better and more in a better mood. Anyway, fine.
I'm glad he was shot, though, because he would have been way more destructive. I mean, I know it's all character, it's not real life, but like imagine the kind of revenge he would seek from Chelsea being killed, you know?
I liked the direction of, no, we're going to give a huge spoiler here. Chelsea gets shot, and the reveal of it is just her. It's like almost funny, but it was almost poetically like beautiful, because when he sees her, she is just fully like not moving. She is just fully still, straight line, as if she's standing, has not made a noise, and she's just sitting there looking just like beautiful. And I thought that was a really interesting directorial choice.
Yeah.
What are some of the
I liked how
storylines?
that storyline, I mean, obviously we knew that the resort owner was going to be his dad.
Oh yeah,
that
they
was, like,
wanted that.
no-brainer.
See, that's
I mean,
the thing is, like, I wish that should have been a better reveal. Like, I feel like Mike White like wrote this, and everyone predicted it, and then now everyone kind of knew, and it just like wasn't. It didn't have the best bang for your buck that he deserved, because it is a good reveal.
It is, yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Big Boss says the dead body yin yang. Oh, I didn't think about that because Rick was faced up and Chelsea was face down.
That's why. Yeah, I did notice that choice. One of the things that I kept following on all the threads was that the girl that plays Mook.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Mook.
She's like apparently like the biggest celebrity in Thailand. Everyone was saying that it was like impossible to even film around her because like people were like fawning over her.
She's in some sort of K-pop group or something,
which I know is huge. Brianna's sister Brittany was really into K-pop on Teen Mom. We're gonna talk about Teen Mom later. But apparently she was. So everyone was like, no, she has to be a more significant part because they wouldn't cast her in just this insignificant role, and that never kind of came to fruition. She kind of didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering, where is she in this photo? So I'm showing a photo.
She's not in it.
Not in it. Or is that her behind Leslie? No, wait, who's that?
No, that's the girl with the teeth.
Oh, that's Chelsea.
I hate that that's what everyone's calling her, but yeah, Chelsea. Okay. Her teeth are beautiful.
Hey, you know what? If I were her and like that's keeping me in people's mouths and I were an actress wanting to be a big actress, like great for her, man.
I really like Patrick Schwarzenegger, though. I was like, did you see that video of him
the
getting?
Same thing. She goes, now everyone's gonna love him. I'm like, shit, you're right.
And Jason Isaacs was in that. You know how Jason Isaacs is? He gay? He's a messy queen, regardless of his sexuality. But I kind of have been loving.
Wait, who's he? Which one is
Jason Isaacs is the dad.
Oh,
the white dad. Is that his name? Jason Isaacs. Then I have the name wrong.
Okay. He was in like Harry Potter and
Draco
stuff?
Malfoy's dad has been very messy on the cycle here, and he's been like, he's like, it was drama back there in Thailand. There are friendships that are never gonna get better. So I've been really enjoying that. But then one of the questions was, who did you get along with the best? And he's like, he said that Patrick Schwarzenegger is like the nicest person he's ever met in his life. And then there was that video that came out of him getting the call that he got. I always love watching videos like that when people get their part, like Ariana Grande.
However, I am going to maintain he got the job because his last name is Schwarzenegger and he's a Kennedy. I mean, cut the shit, bro. Just be like,
I always forget
I am kind of a nepo baby, and like I am so fortunate for that because I love acting. Like, just be honest with it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. He's got a good smile.
Yeah.
He's got a nice gummy. I like when people have smiles where like these two, what are these called? The canines, where the canines show
like
a lot.
inside.
Yes, that's like my favorite kind of smile.
You like gum recession? Well,
I like
I had
like
this side operated on years ago, Amanda. But I tell you what,
goodness,
my periodontist would really like you. No, for real, don't ever get gum grafting surgery if you don't have to do it. Because...
Oh my God, why I wouldn't. All right. What else? What other storylines?
Talk to me about your gum recession, guys. Email me. I have some tips. Anyway, okay, so Mook. So let's talk about Mook. Mook sucks. Mook's a bitch.
Yeah, she is
Mook
a bitch.
Is selfish. She made him kill people, and I knew that was going to happen. Like,
yeah.
Oh, so now he's going to be like, oh, I have to be big and tough to get this freaking bitch, who I feel is just like breadcrumbing him, leading him on.
She totally is.
I don't like her at all. Don't like it.
She doesn't want him. She's not attracted to him. Like, and he's like, and I think if he had money, she'd be with him. But I think that she doesn't. I think that's like a major part of it. He doesn't have money, and she's like, I can do better than him.
Yeah, what are you doing, Mook?
Yeah.
Why don't you work up the dancing ranks? Are you choreographer yet? I don't see you walking around with a whistle around your neck, telling people to like 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, she didn't really do anything.
Okay, now here's my hot take, and I hope you guys agree with me. Yeah. Okay. My daughter yelled at me last night. That's why I'm afraid to say this, because she is like super fighting me on this. I feel like the worst people, you want to win? Here I am. You know who that is? These two assholes. Yeah. Oh. Belinda and her dick of a son, Zion. You know what? You know who's responsible for all the deaths? Zion and Belinda. I dare you to argue. How so? Okay, well, first of all, he's a little too entitled to be like, yeah, mom, let's
I
get this
can't
$1 million.
Stand him.
And the way him in the boat as they were speeding away, I'm like, you asshole, that's your mom's money, first of all. And also, Belinda, you're an even bigger bitch than Tanya was, because you fucked this dude. And we're like, oh, I'm in love. And then you were like, peace out, see ya. Like, she did worse to him than what Tanya did to her. And also,
I totally disagree. She doesn't owe that man anything. She knew him a day.
I'm not saying she had to, but he was expecting the same thing. Hey, Tanya
I guess.
Tanya didn't owe Belinda jack shit.
Right. So I know I've been saying that. And also she handed her a stack of cash that never gets dealt with. She handed you like $50,000.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about that.
When his little brat face with his perfect braces teeth, he's smiling way too much for me.
Yeah.
So track this with me. If he saw Rick asking the therapist or healer, whatever you want to call her.
Oh, yeah.
For time. Now, I would say if Rick were really in a pinch, he could have gone over to Zion and been like, I'll give you $1,000 and to take your appointment time. So that could have been. However, Zion should have seen, he didn't even want to go to the treatment. He should have seen Rick was in a real desperate situation and been like, you know what, bro, go ahead. I'll catch the next one. But he didn't. If he had given up that spot, Rick would have not seen his dad.
Oh, yeah.
Or the 2 bodyguards go away. Therefore, he would not have shot him. And then they would not have shot back at him.
Well, and no one would have shot each other. Yeah.
And he was right. So I'm just saying it's all that asshole Zion's fault. And Belinda is accomplice to it. That's all I have to say.
I would argue that
them again. I'm done with Belinda. Don't need your storyline.
For sure. I think that it's the fault of the man, the dad, Rick's dad. Because he came back and tried to antagonize him. He's like, look, I have a gun, so you're asking for it. It was like almost a suicide, in my opinion.
Of course, Rick should not have gone after him. Yes. But I'm just saying, if that little brat wasn't like, yeah, I'm a $5 million heir, or actually my mom is a millionaire, then maybe everyone would have lived.
Yeah, he's very like much the Tom Sandoval when Ariana was doing her bartender book. He's like I'm the business, like I'll help you negotiate the deal, mom. I'd be like, you're 20. I do like
I'm not
that everyone
Googie in on my behalf.
Yeah. No. Right. Also, this guy is a murderer.
Yeah.
I do like the I mean, it was almost they really slap you in the face with this point, but I like it that everyone felt so bad for Belinda about the Tanya thing, even though she handed her a stack of cash and it was like no strings attached. But everyone felt so bad for her, so it was interesting to be like, well, even if we think that we're really good people, if money comes our way like that, you could turn on it. You could turn on your friends in like a heartbeat and be totally fine with it. Well, she's never going to give that guy a second thought.
No, the Belinda storyline, like that was season 3. We're good. I think we just
I don't need to see Belinda anymore. Like, go do your thing.
Yeah, and maybe I don't like. Was that necessary in this season? Now that I think of it, like, was it necessary to have Belinda there?
No. No one wanted her back. Everyone loved her in the first season, but that doesn't mean we need to see her in the second season. Tanya, I was irritated that she was in the second season, but I mean, they definitely made it work. It was worth it.
Right.
I mean, that went out with a bang. Yeah.
Do we think Parker Posey or any of the Ratliff family are going to be carried over into season 4?
I would like to see how that, and you know what other storyline didn't get, I'd love to see that storyline wrapped up, I was going to say, with her talking to, what's her butt, Sam Rockwell's wife. But they never also closed the storyline where the brothers traded shorts, and like, it was going to be one of them finding that the kid didn't take the pill, but that kind of did get resolved in the fact that the brother's like, no, I was lucid, but like, I jerked you off because it seemed like you're lonely.
Yeah. I'm a helper. And I'm like, okay, speaking of the things that you and like that I was having a mental breakdown about before we were recording, I'm like, I'm basically Lachlan, and guess what? Never jerked off my brother.
People pleaser.
Yeah, people pleaser.
I can't promise that I wouldn't do the same thing if put in a people pleasing situation like that, where everything will be alleviated. The awkwardness in the room will be alleviated if I jerk my brother off. Sure, I'll do it. I'm going to go ahead and close my window.
Right. Hey, I mean, we talked about that hot cousin contest. You have that hot cousin of yours. In any scenario, would you ever go and jerk him off? Never. Anyway, there's one thing that Mike White said. If you watch past the end of the episode after the credits, they have like those little after the episode couple minute things. And he did, he said something like, maybe the White Lotus is not going to necessarily be in like a sunny waves breaking location next time. But I do think there is like something kind of just like,
it's going to be like a fishing boat,
and it gets you there. But he did say something about Parker Posey's character, that it could be interesting to see how she deals with the aftermath of that. And he said something like, I think she's pretty scrappy. Like, she'll be able to figure out.
Maybe she'll work at the White Lotus.
So I'm excited for season 4.
Now that we're talking about it, I think I do. I mean, I just finished it 20 minutes before we started recording, so it's sinking in now. I'll watch it again. I liked how it was all wrapped up. Yeah, good job. Mike White also is the reason it came out that Mike White took out the from the intro. It was written by the musician of the first two, and Mike White took the reference to the first two out, and then the composer quit, so he won't be in the next season. I love the drama, though. Love the drama.
Wow. Yeah, Rebecca said the same thing. The music composer and White are fighting. Wow.
Gotta get him back.
Two men fighting about,
they're both gay.
Getting credit for something. Interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully that gets worked out, though. Okay, great. I feel like we're in our groove now. Yeah.
Okay, Amanda, I didn't tell you this, but I saw that you put on our Browntown shared note that we have like throughout the week and over the weekend. So we're like, oh, we don't forget things. We'll throw them in there and then we see them. And I always love when we have like a random thing. But this one that you added, I'm so pumped because guess what? I also started Severance this weekend.
That is so funny because I saw that you added the picture in before I did. You always do it before I do. I like to do mine at 2:30 in the morning. But I was like, I assumed you saw that I had written it and then just put in one to be like, well, I'm sure she won't remember to. But you really are watching it.
Somebody's kind of liking it. I'm only on season 1 though. I'm only like 4 or 5 episodes in.
I'd already seen season 1, but it was when I was drinking, so it's basically the first time I've ever watched it.
Well, hey, surprise, I had to stop at episode 4 or 5 because I'm wondering if this legitimately is what put me into the depression that
it makes your brain go places. You go into
like I was really like all of a sudden I was like, what was I telling you? I'm like, this isn't even real life. It's not even real life.
Now, honestly, there are instances where I feel like I would love to, if I had an office job, some days I'm like, if this was all I had to do was just go to an office and look at numbers all day, that sounds like a dream.
Oh, I know.
Don't have to worry about my family. Yeah, fine. I'd love to. Give me a closet to organize every day of my life, and that's the best. Like, I'm gonna die with a smile on my face. Now, I love. Okay, so
it is very depressing. So I will say that, like, the music, I know I'm very late to the game with Severance, but it really did do something to me. Let us know in the comments if like you also get there too. But does it pick up? Let me just ask you that. Does like the things start?
Yeah. The second season, what I remember about the last episode from when I watched it alone when I was drinking, the last episode is like very like edge of your seat thriller, and you're like, oh my god, and then it just ends right when like something big happens. And then they waited 3 years to do the second season, so
I did not know that.
Yeah, so people were waiting. So like, anyway, so I'm like halfway into season 2 now. I love it. They've added like there's like a new cast of kind of characters, including Bob Balaban is in the second season. Bob Balaban, the music director from Waiting for Guffman, second reference of the pod. Also, maybe from Arrested Development is also in it. It's a couple other people too. But I love Zach Cherry, the bigger guy on the show.
He's like the picture. Oh, okay, yeah.
He also John Turturro, love John Turturro so much. But Zach Cherry is he's one of those people that was randomly on an episode of Doughboys, and he's like a huge fan, and like they didn't know him, and he did so well on his first time guesting that he's been back like 3 times already, and he's like considered a top tier guest. Like everyone puts him in like a top 5.
I think he's great in the show. I love scenes with him.
Yeah, he's very funny, and apparently he's like very, very well respected in the improv community. Jody, you should know. Everyone talks about like how he's like the best at improv. Like Mitch is like, I could just never do that. Like people put him up there with Wayne Brady. Love it. And Adam Scott, I think, is a perfect combination of like awkward but still likable, but like weird, awkward, likable to play this character.
Very interesting head and face. Does he get a haircut?
He's kind of a bobblehead. Does he what?
A haircut in season 2 because the hair really bothers me.
I really hate his hair. I also think he's wearing darker contacts in this. I don't think he does get a haircut.
I'm wondering. That's what I've been watching for the haircut. I'm like, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense why they have him with that awful haircut. But no. I see in the comments people are watching The Pit. Welcome to The Pit. Yeah, everyone's watching The Pit. I thought Jody brought that up as a one-off joke months ago. Because you loved Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, you're gonna watch The Pit.
That's all. That was the joke. You just wanted to say welcome to The Pit, and now it's the first thing that comes up in my algorithm all the time. I'm like, I'm not watching this.
The Pit is like, The Pit's going off in the comments here. All right, excited.
Well, what about Severance? You all were talking to us about Severance last week, and now we're watching it, and you're all talking about The Pit now.
Okay, well, this is going to be a big debate because Jay Schwa says Adam Scott can get it. I couldn't disagree more.
I don't think he can handle me.
I would do that Cherry dude over Scott.
He's a vegan. He talks a lot about being Christopher. I love that.
You didn't even need to tell me he talks a lot about being vegan.
Yeah, I know. I guess that goes with the territory, right? Goes with the territory.
Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna stick it through. But I told myself when I turned it off after episode
It's a
4 or
lot.
5,
It's
I'm
not
like,
really bingeable.
I was gonna say I can do 2 episodes back to back max, and then I'm like, it gets me into a weird place. But exciting! I'm so glad we're both watching it.
Okay, well, yeah, keep me up. We'll probably finish it by next week so we can talk. But everyone says that the season 2 finale is insane. Insane.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
Mama.
Now, on Mum on Netflix. Has anyone watched this? I'm surprised you haven't watched it yet because, I mean, any documentary that comes up, unless it's, I mean, just on something absolutely insane, I'm watching it.
Well, just say, I'm going to blow your mind with the thing that I watched on Netflix yesterday with my dad. So get ready.
I have 2 guesses, but we'll wait. Okay. So, Con Mum, I suggest it as a like a Saturday, you're cleaning, you're doing your Wordle, kind of have it on the background, but it is pretty wild. There's like twists and turns, but anyone who's watched it, I just want to know if at any point you also became frustrated with the, like, I guess, quote unquote, victim in this, because to a certain extent, I'm like, did you kind of have it come in? Like, at what point do you then need to be like, okay, like, that was pretty stupid of me. And there's several people in this documentary that I think can maybe kind of fall into that category.
What's it about?
Okay, so it's about this chef who he's married and he has known his whole life that he's been adopted, and he has just like issues that he thinks are linked to that very early childhood trauma, which is like a science, and people talk about that quite a bit. And he becomes successful. He might be like a James Beard Award winner, Michelin star, something. And he ends up connecting with this woman who says that she is his birth mom. And it goes through this whole thing. It's pretty wild. She's like a billionaire heir to a, like, as an illegitimate child of a Saudi prince or something. It's wild, but watch it, let me know, and we'll talk about it, because I'm surprised more people haven't seen it. I was texting some other friends of mine who like docs, and they're like, nope. I'm like, it's on the front page of Netflix, check it out.
Oh, hasn't come up for me, but maybe I'll watch that. How long is it? It's 1 episode?
Oh god, I don't even remember. It's one of those perfect things. I do like stuff like, yes, you get into it like Severance, where you have to watch that, like, don't blink, you need to know it all.
Yeah.
But we also like those shows that you're like, have it on, enjoy it, but like you don't need to be glued to it. So yeah, put it on. And it's like boys will like it, girls will like it. Okay. Okay. Next one. Next show on the list. And then I know you got some to share here.
So this is what happened. The reason
that I'm watching Rogen, The Studio.
The Studio. Thank you. We got a clean take. Clean take on what we're doing here. I got a free month of Apple Plus because I've ordered so much Skip the Dishes in the past month that what?
I thought you were going to say new phone, because when you
I did get a new phone. No, but it's because I ordered so much delivery. They gave me a free month. So, but that I was like, The Studio, that I kind of want to start watching that once I'm done with Severance.
We love Seth Rogen. One of the best autobiographies ever, by the way. Even if you are not a fan of his, great.
Yes. Very good. Yeah.
So you started watching it?
No, I just saw that it's there and it's on my list.
Okay. So this is on Apple TV. The whole season, I believe, is up already. Love Seth Rogen. The premise of the show is that he becomes the head of a movie studio.
Yes.
And I mean, the show is full of celebrities. Really, his right-hand man is Ike Barinholtz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, I forgot.
He was just on Amy Poehler's podcast the other day.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Tons of people in it. So Charlize Theron, oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, Oliver Stone? No. Whatever. It's chock full of like actual huge celebrity people. They actually have what's her name? Molly, Polly something. Great. This is the perimenopause setting in. Okay. I really, really liked it when I started the episode. I'm
Oliver
this
Stone,
is
as in the director of JFK, one of my favorite movies.
No, Martin Scorsese. Same
eyebrows, though.
In it.
Similar eyebrows.
To me, that's like the same movie. I'm like, those big iconic movies.
Yeah, sure. I love JFK.
Just like The Bear is called Food in my book. The show Food. I want to know if anyone's watched this because this now my whole weekend breakdown is all coming into like clear focus. Okay, maybe I'm not going crazy. Maybe it's just Severance and then watching the studio.
Think it's the media you're consuming.
The studio, it starts great. It's classic Seth Rogen. It's boom, boom, boom. It's his personality. It's funny. And then I got to a scene where they are shooting they're shooting a scene in a house that Seth Rogen, this isn't a spoiler, he's like fucking up the production of it. And it goes on and on and on. It is like 35, 40 minutes of him constantly fucking up and getting in trouble, and everyone's mad at him. And then he's like, no. And then he does it again. And it's shot very kind of documentary style, like it's moving fast and you're following them through, and it is like, it was too much. I had to turn it off. I'm like, okay, he has to get out of there at some point. This is starting to be uncomfortable and they're dragging it out. That said, I think this show, as much as I think his intention was to have a show that everyone's going to watch and be like, oh yeah, this is totally it, I kind of think he missed the mark, because I think really the show is made for like people who are in movies, movie stars, people who live in California. Like there's a lot of that kind of stuff that I feel like those are the people that can appreciate that. Anyone else is going to be like, okay, asshole, just leave. They don't want you there. Go.
Do you remember that movie? Remember that movie called Unfrosted that Jerry Seinfeld did, and it was on Netflix, and it was like exactly that. Do you remember? It was about Pop-Tarts. It was literally based on a Pop-Tart.
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he had this Pop-Tart bit where, like, I've heard him do. I don't even know why I was so immersed in the lore of this movie, but it's on Netflix, and they were like promoting it for months. Like, I reminded myself this was coming out. I'm like, I guess this looks good, and every celebrity on the fucking planet is in it. Yeah. And he had this bit that was like, when I first saw Pop-Tarts, the back of my head blew off of my neck. And he's like, just that joke, I decided to, it's funny enough to make a whole movie about. So the whole movie, so like, you think everyone's going to be like, this is great. Look at all these celebrity cameos. But then it ended up just being like, this is just like
a jerk-off session.
A jerk-off session. And it's not funny. Like, it's just so bad.
It was so uncomfortable to watch. It's like, it was so like, okay, move on from the joke. We got it. Move on. So I'm curious if you watch it and you like it, because I think he's so funny and the stuff he's doing is funny, but it got to a point where I'm like, you got to move on, which I'm going to do right now. Because I've talked for too long. Amanda, I was about to say, and now Tusk. But it's actually Tar. What is Tar?
This is the movie that I had mentioned where... Okay, hang on. Let me write down a timestamp here.
Okay.
So,
a film by Todd Field Blanchett?
No. It's by Todd Field and Cate Blanchett's in it.
Okay, well, that was confusing because that's how I read in that order. So
here's what happened. It was my dad's birthday on Wednesday. And I was like... let's do something. We're on this high right now. We're hanging out a lot. And he's like, oh, I'll come over Friday. So we had plans to come over Friday. We're talking about Wednesday, Thursday. What time should I come over? I'm like, I'm going to have a pizza ready. You pick it up. And pick a movie. Make sure you pick a movie. And we're going back and forth. And then Friday morning, I wake up and I'm like, hey, I'm going to make sure you let me know what movie to so I can find it and buy it. And, I'm going to set the pizza for 6 p.m. Is that okay? And then no response. And it's all going to blue, which is also weird. It usually goes to green because my dad doesn't have data on his phone. Anyway, it's going to blue. And I'm like, is that okay? And then, like, he's supposed to be there at 6. Nothing's happening. Then, what? 8:15, I'm like, are you coming? And then he goes,
and you texted me. I'm like, you need to call or go over there. Like, what if there's an emergency or
this is
something?
the thing. But this is the thing with my dad is like someone else asked me, well, is this regular? I'm like, it kind of is regular with my dad. He could just blow in at 10:30 and be like, well, I'm here, so sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to call the police and they go in and like his tongue is stuck to a piece of ice in the freezer. Like rescue 911.
There's a chance, but 99% of the time, no, I went swimming and now I'm out walking a dog and now I decided to go do this job and now I'm here. So fucking be happy with that. Like that's kind of I'm like, what do I do? And then I go, are you coming at 8:15? And he writes back, yes to everything. And I was like, what? Then he doesn't get back to me. And I go, telling my mom. She's like, should you drive over there? And I'm like, well, now he's responded, but now I don't want to go to bed. Now it's like 9. I'm like, do I go to bed? Because I feel like I'm going to lie down. I also changed plans around with recording and then this guy coming over. Like, it was just like, I changed everything fucking around.
Yeah.
Then I was getting depressed and shit. And anyway, I'm like, the second I lie down, he's gonna come in at like 11:30. Anyway, then I'm like, my mom's like, well, did you call him? So I'm like, I guess I'll call. So I called and he answers on the first ring.
Phone.
Yeah, on the phone. He's like, hello? I'm like, hey, what's up? And he goes, nothing. I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to like be here. And he's like,
yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know
nothing's happening.
He's like, I totally forgot. And I was like, you just wrote back yes to everything. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I just thought it was tomorrow. I mean, now here's an example of let's give an applause to a man for feeling sorry. But to his credit, he was genuinely mortified about it, which you don't usually get from him. He apologized. And he's like, when can we do this? So Sunday, I'm free all day. So like he was there, like he picked up the pizza at 6 p.m.
Amanda, what day are you available for the parade? Hold on. A man said I'm sorry. Hold on. What day was that? You available?
The Lifetime Achievement Award of Dad. But he did feel bad. Jesus Christ. So then I switched all my other plans around to accommodate Sunday. And then this guy I'm seeing made a comment like, oh, if I'd known I wasn't coming over tonight, I would have done this. And I was like, okay. I'm doing my best to accommodate everyone, so you can exit my life if you like. That was the text I sent back, and he's like, I'm sorry.
I was just saying I was going to pick up the breadsticks.
Yeah, right. And then I fucking ignored him for like 3 hours. I made him suffer a little bit. Anyway, so my dad came over, got the pizza. We chose this movie, Tar.
I've never heard of this, but I never hear of like any movies. Okay, Tar.
Okay. This movie is.
What am I looking at, by the way? What am I looking at? What is this cover?
She's conducting. She's a musical. She's a musicale. It's about a composer, not a composer. Well, she's a musician. It's about a musician, a pretentious bitch musician, who you think watching this movie that is based on a real person, and then at the end of the movie, you look it up, and it's not. It's completely made up. I'm like, why did I sit through 2 hours and 23 minutes? That felt like 8 hours and 23 minutes. This was, and I hate hyperbole. This was the slowest moving movie I've ever seen. And even my dad, this movie was made for us. It opens with a 18-minute monologue about music and how even in how the downbeat of Beethoven's Second isn't the first note that you hear. The first thing you hear is the silent downbeat. And I'm like, okay, so we're watching this and my dad's like, this is like, we were enjoying it. And I'm like, oh, like in the pretentious side of me was like, I understand what she's saying because I know music theory. After the first hour and a half, I'm like, I hate music. Nothing happened. And I knew that halfway through at some point, I knew that the plot of this movie was that it's about a cancellation. Like she's going to be canceled and can you separate the artist from their crime? So I was expecting some fucking salacious, hot for teacher situation. She was just a bitch.
The whole world talks about now. Like Michael Jackson, for example. Can you separate the artist from
So I thought
crime?
It would be really fast. Yeah.
Okay.
So no, it was about 2 hours of her talking about music and us following her. And it's not based on a real person, but she decided to do an Elizabeth Holmes voice. A single drop of blood.
Just because.
So the performance was good. I don't really know.
My uncle could have been saved from his cancer death. When I was
mean,
a
if you
small
can
child, I
find
wanted
a
to take a
clip-
drop of blood and cure the world.
Yeah.
Find a clip of her talking and like see what this voice is that she's doing, because it seems like she's playing a real person, but she just is doing this voice for no reason. It's good, but it's just
And
kind of watching
Tar
her.
is like her last name in the film.
Lydia Tarr. It's not a real fucking person. So and then it comes out that like she's a bitch to work with, and then she gets canceled, and then everything just kind of happens in the last 30 minutes. Things can't, but it's like a light cancellation. And then at the end, it's like her conducting, and then it cuts to black. I was like, I could have cut an hour out of that movie, and it would have
About a
lost.
make-believe person.
It wasn't even about a real fucking person. That was the worst. Like, I didn't even look that up to the end.
I think I know why. It's got to be damn near impossible to find a woman who's been canceled for something that, you know, or passed by, overlooked for something a man can do. That doesn't happen, you see.
This was
I
don't recommend this movie. I mean, and my dad, of all people in the world that loves to just listen, he's like Leonard, she was talking about Leonard Bernstein. He's like, I love to just like watch old Leonard Bernstein speeches. Like that, this movie was made for my dad. And even my dad was like, oh, she wasn't even a real person. Why did we sit through that? I mean, it really went on. But I
wouldn't be able to take like the musical note lesson. I just feel like
it went on, and there were interesting things in there, but a lot of it was just watching her lecture, her classes, and I was like, these are all good points, but like I already sat through this shit when I got my master's degree.
Right.
Las Culturistas was obsessed with Tar. See, here's my point though. The people, and you know who else loved this movie? Nick Weiger. The pretentious music people like, and I don't think they did like this movie. They had Cate Blanchett on Las Culturistas, and they talked about Tar the whole time. So I was like, jazzed to see this thing.
It's gotta
like,
be
this
good.
is gonna be
yeah.
fucking great. I could not believe how slow moving this. But I did get a little insight into my dad, into a little bit more of my dad's side of the family and their horribly traumatic childhood. In that, like they're talking about the violin for 30 minutes, and I'm like, hey, have you ever played an instrument with a bow before? And he's like, no, I in university, never knew my dad went to university ever. And he's like, in university I did, but I wasn't allowed to play it at home because Uncle Russell had to study, and he was studying for his final exams. But then I hear from all of his brothers and sisters that, oh, well, no, Don had to practice his piano, so none of us could do anything. I'm like, God, the fucking manipulation in that family was fucked up. Anyway,
welcome to having siblings.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got that. Maybe that's why both my parents just my dad was
and
like,
clearly, Amanda,
as you
see from your dad and conversations with me, once you're an adult, y'all get over it.
Everyone, totally doesn't affect you at all. Anyway, horrible movie. Cate Blanchett was good, but I don't really recommend sitting through this because I don't know a person on earth that would like this movie more than my dad, and even he was like, that was long. Good pizza though.
Okay. Now, I remembered from last week, I thought you put Kill Tony. You thought I did. I'm sure I did because it's back this week, baby. And actually, it's out today on Netflix, I believe. I didn't know. Apparently, this is like a very, very popular podcast, Kill Tony.
I've heard of that.
I have too, but I never knew what it was. Just like ridiculousness. Like I don't even know what that is. I just know it's like always on TV. Yes, but apparently this is a group. It's this guy Tony. He's a comedian. I'm sure you know many of you listening or watching right now already know about it. It's like a panel of comedians, and then comedians come on, and it's almost like I think like a really quick last comic standing. Like comics come on and they like tell them yes or no, or like you suck, you're great, whatever. And your boy, who you're going to talk about in a minute, about the show Tires, Shane Gillis, I think, is on it. And from the little tiny trailer that they had yesterday, because it just came out, it looks like there's like some comedian or some kid. He looks like a child who's wildly popular, and he like makes it to the top of the ranks all the time. I don't know. I'm going to watch it because I do like that sort of.
Yeah, you can't you guys, Jody can't get Kill Tony out of her fucking mouth. Like she will, like I'm not even being facetious. She keeps talking. She brought it up in The Leftovers.
It's been out, like 3 weeks. And every time I'm like, So what did you want to say about Kill Tony? You're like, you put it there.
I did not write Kill Tony.
But I'm excited about this. I like seeing.
All right, well,
like,
you come back next week. Let us know.
We don't know about. The only thing that I'm worried about is let's just take a look at this cover here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white men.
Oh,
or 7 men. Sorry, not all white. There are
one guy is Asian, one is black.
Yeah. And a red
flanking each other. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about this. But yeah, so I'm gonna watch it hopefully today. Speaking of Shane Gillis, who's on that doing a Donald Trump impression, apparently.
Yeah,
he also
like
has a show.
I guess.
Tires. Tell me about it, Amanda.
So somebody actually recommended this for us for TRP. It's on our list. And this just now. And here's a fun thing. My TV in my bedroom is like really fucking old. So when Netflix comes up, it just goes to a black screen and you have to manually go to search. So you can't actually browse. You have to search. So I just typed in T, because it's the most common letter in the alphabet, and tires came up as a recommendation. And I was like, this is fine. I guess I like Shane Gillis.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Fine. And it's great. I really like it. Easy watch. It's only 6 episodes. I loved it.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people will like it. I think a lot of girls will not like this. I like male, like not male.
You do.
Comedy.
You like male.
I do like bro-y comedy. I do. Like, I like UCB theater comedy that's a little edgy, a little blue. Like, I like that.
Yeah,
so
and like you do
think
is. Like certain like fart jokes are funny, or like stupid things guys do. They're stinky, they're smelly. Like you think that stuff's funny. I think it's funny sometimes too. The only time I thought Doughboys were really funny was actually when you wrote in on your birthday and you said that Mitch was your celebrity crush, and they're like, does Amanda know what a celebrity is? And I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Guys, it's on, I should post it. But yeah, that was one of like the best days of my life. It was my birthday. They were doing a live and I wrote in, and then I like obviously got drunk and I passed out before it even happened when they were doing like it live. But they did, and I woke up to the guy that I was seeing in New York, my doughboy in New York. He's like, oh my God, that was amazing. You were mentioned. And I was like, I was. They talked about it for a while. They mentioned me a couple, they went back to me. They said my name like 4 or 5 times. HBD Amanda.
Slide into Mitch's DMs. Amanda, watch Flight of the Conchords or Detroiters?
I feel like everyone tried to get me to watch Flight of the Conchords in college, and I tried, and I was like, this is fine. But maybe I would like that based on like the fact that I do like tires.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next up, Blank Check.
Speaking of Doughboys. Okay.
Someone's got a Lin-Manuel Miranda head in the house.
All right, well, get ready because we might. Hang on, what's the timestamp here? 101, 156, sure. Blank Check, if you don't know what Blank Check is, it's a podcast that's been around forever. It's like the best movie podcast out there. It's by Griffin Newman and David Sims, and they're the 2 friends, and they're frequent guests on Doughboys, and I love when they're on Doughboys because you know that the episodes are going to be over 3 hours. Although 3 hours, me and Jody are like 3 hours. That's it. I only take one pee break during a 3 hour. But they're like my favorite Doughboys guests. But they have their own podcast. They've done like they'll do a director and they'll do his entire movie oeuvre, and they'll cover every movie from start to finish. So they just got to Steven Spielberg. And I've been waiting for them to get to Hook. And it popped up. They dropped their episode Sunday.
Hookhead in the house.
I am a Hookhead. I love Hook. They do talk a lot about how problematic Dustin Hoffman is, and how it's like everyone who's worked with Dustin Hoffman has to deal with the idea of, is it worth it though? Is it worth it to deal with him? But anyway, Lin-Manuel Miranda was the guest on there, and so I was okay. Jody, I gotta say, this was like the best Lin. This is Lin in his best Lin.
Gabriel said the same thing and made me really like Lin.
He was 0% annoying. He was just chill. He wasn't. You could barely tell he was talking most of the time. He wasn't like
he wasn't trying to be a Disney show star or like a Nickelodeon kid.
He didn't rap once.
What?
Mr. Sondheim, I made a hat where there never was a hat, and Aladdin hatted that. No, it's a good rhyme.
Did he pretend to be so drunk that he wasn't drunk history?
He had one.
So drunk.
He had one gin and tonic.
God.
It was great, though.
Genius,
he was so likable.
Genius. Huge fan.
Obviously, genius.
Not great in an interview. That's it. Interviews are not his thing.
But I mean, this is a 3-hour podcast episode all about Hook, which I love. And it was great. And I mean, you always learn a shit ton from the Brokeback Mountain episode with Lost Culturistas from like 5 years ago is also a great blank check episode. Also, when Doughboys are on, it's very good. But I just wanted to say that Lin really came across as just chill as fuck. He can hang with the two friends.
I'm gonna write this down.
Check it. I sent it to you, and you said no. So
well, because you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me that he was gonna be like.
I didn't know
he wasn't
yet.
Going to make me feel like I should question whether I like Hamilton anymore or not. Okay.
He actually
Gabriel said he does sing at one point.
Oh, he sang A Penny for Your Thoughts, though. He's like, the song that the little girl sings in Hook is very, A Penny for Your Thoughts. It's the same tune, and he kind of sang it. Then he didn't sing it too long. It ended. He also spilt a little tea. That also, Gabriel, I love that you're a blankie. Another blankie in the chat here. What do you think about Doughboys? Let me know what you think about Doughboys. I feel like you hate it. He said that when he wrote Encanto, or when he specifically wrote the song We Don't Talk About Bruno, is that Encanto?
Yes.
I get Encanto mixed up with another one.
I'm just like, ugh, of course he had to mention that he wrote. Okay, whatever.
I think they pulled it out of him, though. But because David Sims has 2 kids, and he says he's seen Encanto about 3 million times. But he said that was he wrote it during the pandemic, and they were living, like, with his in-laws. So he's like, that's, like, kind of what the song was, is that, like, everyone's in the house right now. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah. No. And that's not even like in-laws. This is living with anyone who isn't typically any visitor guest.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Santa Claus, and I'd still be like, get out. No.
And he said that his love supreme thing that
oh yeah.
The improv thing that he does with my friend Anissa. He said that they do a song about Rufio in there because he said that Rufio was a very important character to see, especially for children of color, because he's Asian and he is the leader of the gang, and he's like, that was really cool to see. And they mentioned that like it seemed very pointed. Lin thinks it's on purpose, that in the real world, before they go to Neverland, everyone you see is white, but then once you get to Neverland, it's like the United Colors of Benetton. They said they made some good points. And then also Dustin Hoffman is a nightmare to work with, apparently. He was in character the whole time as Captain Hook. Go away. You can't just turn that on, dude. Come on.
I mean, that's kind of like Captain Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp, right?
Oh, yeah. He just that character just seems smelly to me. That's the first sense I get when I think of Captain Jack Sparrow, is the smell.
Yeah, although I did get a little thrilled because now I'm thinking about the Depp Heard trial, and of course the Karen Reed thing's going on, and like okay.
Jody, the Depp
and Lori Vallow
Heard trial. Thank you very much.
That's right.
All right, what's
hey,
next?
Speaking of turds,
we
got Michael and Christine Barnett over on Good American Family with Natalia Grace. You're still into this.
Okay, so I talked about, if you guys want, I think I talked about it on our
Pompeo head.
I'm actually
Pompeo head. You're following her from Grey's over to Good American Family. I can't believe you're watching this.
She actually seems really insufferable to me, but I do like that she seems women empowerment-y, but I almost feel like it's kind of a put on. But all that aside, I go into a lot better detail about this on our Leftovers episode that comes up tomorrow, but I just wanted... What was the song now? I was like, oh, there's a song that plays now. Oh, it's You're the Inspiration. It's You're the Inspiration.
No, it's not. That's what you thought it was.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Shit. Okay, for anyone who watched, what is the song that played at that bookended the episode?
Oh, that's cute. You think other people are watching it.
They are. People, someone signed up for our Facebook today because
I'm totally joking.
I was watching it.
No, I know it is popular, actually.
But I do want to and I already say this on the Leftovers, but I'm just going to say it for all of you here who isn't on Patreon. I like the way my mouth went into just a like Joker-esque smile at the end of this episode was because it flanks it with like this is how we met, me and Michael, the love story of the ages, and they're playing this song. Fuck, what is it though? It's not You're the Inspiration, but let's pretend it is. It's very that coded.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was either.
But like when I figured it out, we were both like, oh yes. If anyone can find it, let us know. So that happens. We have a little flashback. Then everything goes through. Aida Turturro's in it. She's obviously on Ozempic. She looks great. We get to the end of the episode where Michael does realize, like, okay, this not even realize because we don't even know what's really true still. But like,
I'm gonna look. Is it the theme song?
No, but it's like episode 3, I think, or episode 4. But just put like soundtrack or something. Because when you guys hear what the song is, you'll be like, that is so corny. But he's like, in the middle of the episode, he's like, I agree with you. I think that she is 22. They go through all the doctors. Doctors are stamping on it. They're like, yeah, agreed. She definitely isn't 7. So they do the whole thing where they take her to her own apartment and they're standing there. And Natalia's in the doorway looking all pissed off. She's looking up at them. And they're like, Natalia.
As fuck.
Super scary. She's doing like one of these looks.
Look.
She has dwarfism, Jody. But she has a very rare form of dwarfism. Okay, well. So they're like, Natalia, you've been lying. You can't lie forever and you need to learn to live on your own. We've set you up with everything you need. And she's like looking at them. And then they close the door. And then the door is now closed and Natalia's on the other side. And they turn toward each other. And he's like, I think we did the right thing. And Ellen Pompeo's like, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. And then the music swells and it goes back to their love song. And that's how the episode ends. It ends with them being like,
it's not like almost paradise. It's like, oh.
But it's something like that. Like, this is the tone that they're settling on,
Love
really.
can build a bridge. Not appropriate.
God.
And then cut to Natalia Grace. Obviously, as we all know, dragging around the garbage bins. We all
see that next episode. I was thinking that they were gonna change the tone and go more Natalia's story at something, because at the beginning of every episode it says this following episode is from the point of view of the Barnetts. But I assumed that maybe episode 3, 4, or any of the other episodes would eventually from someone else's point of view. But all of these have consistently been them. They're not changing the tone. They are definitely painting Natalia as a scammer who is 22 years old, which I find an interesting approach. But I almost kind of respect the fact that Hulu's like, no, this is kind of funny, and we're just gonna go with this as if this was actually true, and not vet
why
anything.
not? They got Pompeo.
They got
Pompeo.
And I don't know if she's doing a good job or not, but she works. What her and Mark Duplass are doing, it's like, it's not good acting, but it like works. I don't know.
God.
I think we should do one
I'm
for
sure
TRP,
that's number
honestly.
1 on their IMDb.
Yeah. It's not Wind Beneath My Wings, but if anyone finds it, just if anyone wants to go to Hulu right now, find it and like go to the beginning of the episode. It'll be there and right in the comments.
Okay.
All right.
I am so excited. I've been seeing comments in the chat and I'm so pumped. And I mean, you have to watch this. The new season of Love on the Spectrum is back.
I feel bad watching it.
It's so bad. Okay. I've been sending you clips. The truth be told, I only watch one episode because it is so precious to me. And I love these young adults on this show. So this is on Netflix. It has, actually, you know what? I took a picture that one of them posted on Instagram. So in this photo, Amanda, we got Madison on the far left. She's new. She's really does remind me of Abby a lot, who is to her left. Then we have Abby and David, who Amanda, come on, tell us your theory about.
It's
Abby
not a
David.
theory. Me and Jody just argue whether or not they fucking.
I don't think they fuck.
But they have hormones.
But I think their hormones are like at this point in time, it seems to be more of like they're horny for Disney and like The Lion King.
I wish that was my life.
They just want to sing together. Yeah. Now they were not in the first episode that I saw. Then we have Danny next to David. We have Tanner, who is so precious, and Connor. I love Connor. Some new chick I haven't seen yet, and then James, and then the one on the way end. She's like their therapist counselor, like teaches them how to date and stuff. It's so just heartwarming and sweet, although it does have that part where you're like, I want to protect these people at all costs. Like, don't let them out because they're so perfect.
Purely good. They're good people.
Yes. Now, Connor, he goes on like this date and he's going to fall in love with this girl, Georgie. And you'll see clips all over TikTok. Even if you don't think it's your kind of show, I'm telling you, watch it. It really is like a good show because like you get to meet their families and it's just great. I just love it. I think it's a really good like education thing too. I know that sounds really cheesy, but like even for adults, like there are some really ignorant adults too who like don't realize and recognize. And, you know I get on like Areola for being a wild kid and stuff like that. But like, for kids and adults to just learn about, people in the spectrum and they want to fall in love too. And it's just so sweet. And it really like, there's a soft spot for me for, parents who have children with different abilities and that kind of thing, because I cannot imagine some of these parents that are like, who is going to take care of them and look out for them in the way that I do when I'm gone. And like, that's why they want them to find their partners. And it's just so great.
People love it in the comments here. So that's
good.
Oh,
I bawl every episode too. Like out of happiness though. It's like, oh my God, he's so happy. I'm like, I tell you, like get yourself an autistic man because these guys love their ladies. I mean, look at this. Milk. You're my milk to my Chardonnay. There's Abby and David about to get it on in the safari.
People have recommended that we recap episodes of Braylon Out Loud. Speaking of like kind of different abilities, which is about a girl with Tourette's.
Is it? Yeah.
But I feel like when I watch that, like people with tics, it triggers my tics. So I feel like me watching a whole episode of that, I would be like exhausted by the end.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Joe said the same thing. Yeah, it can be exhausted. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone's married to an autistic man. Not always the case, babe. That's true. I mean, hey, everyone's got their ups and downs, highs and lows. But I just love the show. I think it's great. And anything different than like normal reality TV is kind of refreshing. And it's it's good to see good people on TV. That's
a little reset of the snark.
Yes. Tell us about this now, Amanda.
All right. Are we watching this, guys? I mean, Netflix is so weird with how they promote stuff because like, they'll just decide you guys want to watch this. Like that hot dog eating thing that I fucking watched this summer. I'm watching this live.
Are you getting a ton of foreign films and TV show recommendations? Like all we get are these like dubbed over like Korean reality shows and stuff from like Sweden and I'm like, we're not watching any foreign films. I don't understand where this algorithm is coming from. So you're getting hot dog eating?
Well, no, like they'll do. I think it's more that they're deciding what should be a live event. Like there was a
wait, this is live?
This is live and it's going to be a weekly event. Okay, so it's Pop the Balloon Live, okay? And it's like with celebrities.
How has this not come up on my algorithm?
I don't know because this is all I see. This is all I see.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have the same algorithm soon, right? Because aren't we combining all of our subscriptions tomorrow?
Yeah,
our own accounts. We're getting our own Max account. Pop the Balloon the concept is, for anyone who doesn't know, I've seen this on TikTok. Something that you couldn't pay me $3 million to do, where you walk into a room and everyone is holding a balloon and they pop it once they decide they don't want to fuck you. So I walk in, pop,
Why
poppity,
don't
pop,
you
pop,
just
pop.
do a caricature of me? Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Caricature.
Just rate me on a scale of 1 to 10.
Right.
How about I walk in and you all just call me fat? But this is what this concept is. It's going to be live every Thursday. This used to be a TikTok thing, I guess, but now this is going to be on Netflix. Thursday starting April 10th. So this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Set your fucking alarms. But Farrah Abraham and Johnny Bananas are going to be on it. Like, D-list celebrities are going to be on it. I don't know if they're going to be poppin' or the poppy. But it keeps getting promoted to me. I keep seeing it everywhere. So I guess I'll watch that.
So if your balloon ends up like unpopped, then what? You go on a date with the person? You're like,
I guess, yeah.
You know?
Yes, I think that is what the concept is.
That's awful.
Yeah, I can't believe that exists.
Is that show on, I don't know what it's on. Is it on Max or show? I don't know what it's on, but it's that, it's like Naked Attraction.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a British show.
Oh my God, awful.
Basically the same thing. Like naked, a balloon, doesn't matter at this point. Just look at me and just say yes or no. Just put little Post-its on my body with all the areas that you want.
And I just don't know why this is going to happen. Also, does anyone not know who Farrah Abraham? Sometimes when we touch, thank you. That's what it was. I want to hold you till I die. That's like what's happening after they shut Natalia into her studio apartment. So funny. So funny. It starts with a piano solo. Oh my God, I love it. I think after we were talking about it.
That is the most like 80s parent sex music. That and like smooth operator. Like just lay on those dulcet tones.
I think I added it to our Spotify playlist. By the way, we have a lot of people sharing that Spotify playlist of our mixtape. We've added a couple more songs. And by the way, Jody, after I decided to, I was like, I suggested Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and you were like, no, never heard of it. No. And then everyone in the comments was like, that's a banger. So I added it back on.
Okay. Yeah, add it. You're going to have to invite me because I had to change my Spotify whole thing this weekend because long story. Merged accounts. Everyone's very excited for us. They said mommies are getting married. We're merging accounts.
Yeah, we're doing stuff that we should have done, I don't know, 5 years ago when we first partnered. Nah.
Things were complicated then. Let's just,
We waited till I moved internationally to try to figure this out. Also, we had fun with the bank last week.
That's really fun internationally, though. Don't you lie. That's fun.
Got to make some phone calls.
We like making phone calls 8 hours
again
on Friday. That was fun.
Okay. Okay. What's next?
Okay, so I put this one, Gone Girls, and
I keep seeing this pop up. Yes, great.
I believe it is either 3 or 4 episodes. Everyone, I think for the most part, everyone knows this story of the Gilgo Beach murders, and they ended up finding the guy really recently who committed these murders. Although one of them, I don't think he's been charged with. That Shannon. Anyway, it's really great. If you've been watching any of like the Datelines or anything, great documentary, just throwing it out there. Gone Girls on Netflix. There's also a show on Netflix. They've been bringing it, is $1 Million Secret. If anyone has been watching this, let me know in the comments. On Wednesday this week, April 9th, the last 2 episodes are coming out. Surprisingly, it is a really good show. The production value on the show, it's filmed in Canada, Miranda.
Oh my goodness.
It is beautiful. They are staying at this estate and it's gorgeous and it's legitimately...
Is it scripted or is it reality?
No, it's a reality show. It's kind of like The Mole. Like you're finding out who the mole is. However, or like Traitors. It's kind of like Traitors, The Mole, except every episode there's $1 million and they all go to their separate rooms and one person has $1 million and they all know that one of them has $1 million and during that episode they have to find out who has it. But then the person who has it has to like complete certain weird challenges without other people catching on to it, and they can move the $1 million to someone else once like the heat gets on them. It's surprisingly a really good show. And again, the production value is really high. And there are definitely people on there that you're going to really love and really hate. I hated this guy, Chris, on there with a burning passion. And finally he got eliminated. Oh, sorry. it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a spoiler, really, because obviously, like 11 out of 12 of them get eliminated. But check it out; it's really, really good. It's a great show.
All right. Let's. Okay, Little Miss Stitches. Let me address this. She says, "How do we find the Spotify playlist? Explain it to me like I'm 5." It is called Girl Dinner LTHE.
I'm gonna write that down my phone.
All right, do it. And it has like the Love to Hate Everything thing on it. Some good songs on there. I try to say goodbye and I choke. That's on there. I'm just looking at Paradise.
Oh, I don't like that one, babe.
Think We're Alone Now, All by Myself by Green Day. Power of Love is on there. We did not add that, did we?
Oh, did I go back and add? I know I
maybe
added
you did. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Back to the Future head over here. Okay. Are we ready for Browntown? We are. This is the longest show.
No. We're gonna blast through this. We have two more things because I have a feeling the last thing we're gonna talk about SNL. No one probably watched it anyway. Cate Ty podcast.
Oh my God! So much happened this week. Okay. Cate Ty Break It Down. Their podcast their podcast just came out that it showed them recording on their episode of Teen Mom last week that I recorded Amanda Loves to Hate on there. You guys check it out. It's on the main feed and ad-free on Patreon right now. But it showed them recording with this guy, Jordy Cray, okay? It showed them recording it, and then they hadn't released it until this week. And right before they released it, this came up. Teen Mom Trash Talk posted this. I'll give them, but it says, oh my God, let's see if I can read this. Cate and Ty posted to their feed, "We'd like to address some things that said in our podcast episode that airs tomorrow. I want people to remember that this was filmed in the beginning of our adoption being closed. Fillings at the time were still very raw and difficult to process. I hope everyone takes that into consideration. Moving forward, as we previously discussed, we will continue to not talk negatively about our personal adoption story. We will continue to only speak about adoption education and adoption advocacy. We're unfortunately not in control of what we previously recorded during those times. All we can control is how we choose to move forward. Thank you for understanding." So I'm expecting
we recorded something. We're still going to have you listen to all the shitty things we say.
Yeah, you could just not post it or edit it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, or you could
not that we do that
out. That's bullshit, but okay, whatever.
Well, maybe they did
people to hear it. They want listens, whatever. Okay.
Sure. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
Now that said, I listened to this, and by the end of it, and I saw this was pretty much the general thing across the board, was people were like, okay, all right, yeah. Like they fucked up a lot too in this, and Jordy Cray was great. Love him. I was so proud of him as somebody who doesn't even know Maria and even heard of him before, but as a fellow content creator, I was so proud of him because that's a lot of pressure to do this, to go on there and then kind of be the voice of the audience and the public. And he's like, "This is what I think you guys have done wrong." But then halfway through, the way they and I feel like people always say this, "Oh, well, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about," and we're like, yeah, sure. Like Robin always says that, but by the end, Jordy Cray was like, "Look, I think you guys are still really doing this the wrong way," but he's like, their hands are not clean. And the whole time I was with him, by the end you understand a little more, and there is a little bit more shit going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Okay.
So I think it was actually a really good episode for them, and they handled it well, and they do take accountability. They clearly do read the comments. They address pretty much everything anyone's ever said. Everything, every argument you would make for them to just shut the fuck up. They address the OnlyFans. They address everything you could think of. It gets asked and answered. So I was really proud of them, actually. They do address and he's like, "We took it down." And they say... They took it down because they're just in case that was what it was. And they're they agree, we apologize to Farrah. We didn't know. And I'm sure Macy feels the same way, that what we said about Farrah when she got kicked off, we were not educated then, and the world is different now, and we wish we hadn't done that. So they do take accountability there. I don't think their podcast is good, and I think they are kind of handling this in a messy way, but I love the drama. And for anyone who really, really hates them, if you listen to that, I think by the end you'll be like, okay, I see it. I see their point. And I know Brandon and Teresa.
Counterpoint. You sent me, and I feel bad watching it and shit, but
oh yes, I forgot about
Carly singing and
At church.
being filmed at church. And it's, I mean, I guess it's public, right? Like a lot of churches film.
It was
their
a
services
live
and stuff like
stream.
that.
They played a live stream of it, and then so it's all over my TikTok. It's every third video.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad because it is kind of a violation of her privacy, but it's public. I get
It's
it.
a live stream, yeah.
I mean, I just simply, this is where I stand. Like with Cate and Tyler, I understand it's their biological daughter. Adoption, especially because it was open and now they want it closed, and there was, we can go into the whole thing how they were matched, but the bottom line is Brandon and Teresa are their parents, and Cate and Tyler are parents now, so they should understand that they wouldn't want someone coming to talk about Nova or whatever the other Raya or whatever her name is. Just lay low. And honestly, like, not to be crass, but you got like 4 more years until she's 18 and you can email her directly or whatever and hear directly from her.
I guess
like,
they did.
Low.
They said, all you need to tell us is that Carly requested that we don't talk to her. And
okay, well, I think that's beyond. They don't owe you shit. They don't need to tell you.
But then they told Dawn to say, they don't get the answer to that or something. I don't know. They're being shady too, and they did ask for money. There's like money stuff. They're like, I wish you hadn't posted those pictures because now MTV can't pay us for that. There's, again, like Jordy Cray said, their hands are not clean.
But I don't think it's like, I think that's Cate and Tyler's take on it. Like, now we're not getting paid.
You really have to listen to the episode.
Hold on, but they should get paid for that because now that is not their property. Like, you gave images of our child to MTV. She's not even getting... money for that. They said
it's okay for you to they said, can we post pictures of Carly? Yes, you can post any pictures of Carly as long as the back of her head. So Tyler posted his own pictures of Carly, the back of her head, and they're like, well, we wish you hadn't done that because now MTV won't pay us for them. So, like, they're moving the goalpost too. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, somebody up here, Salt Life, says, Amanda, I've been watching you for years. Your ticks seem non-existent lately. I'm going to start ticking like crazy now. Thank you. And does anybody know when Sister Wives is coming back, says Homegirl? 420, girl. Yeah, 420. Jody's going to take another 50 milligram edible and watch some Sister Wives.
Not happening, babe. Okay, real quick. Last thing before Browntown. You guys have been so patient.
Holy shit.
Week.
Yeah.
SNL with Brandi, Carlisle, Elton John, and a Jack Black. Oh, wait, and who's that over on the right? Because she can't
get out of there
in any fucking more. Heidi Gardner with my face, but prettier. Get away.
Get out of here, Heidi.
Why was she there? And her and the other dude who does the same character every week, that young guy that's popular all over the place.
Marcello Hernandez. I think that guy is funny, but I am done with it. Like,
enough.
I don't think it's his fault. I think that Lorne Michaels knows that he's like the hot young thing. So it's stop. You're overexposing this poor kid.
Do it. Yeah,
it's not his fault.
Yeah, in a way, like, I feel bad for him. Like, you are overexposing him to a way.
Oh my God, it's too much. Really? And they're really putting him in too much of a box too. It's like every character he does is just a loud, like, Hispanic
Latino
character,
accent,
which I think he is funny at. But like, I really, even when you can tell he didn't write the sketch, that they'll have him come in and just do that. So it's too much overexposure. Jack Black, I felt sorry for. I feel like he could easily be in this cast right now. In fact, if he joined the cast right now, I think the show would be way better.
He carried the show.
He was
so above and beyond talented and funny and capable of even like the writing that they gave him.
That's the thing, is it's like children with like an adult comedian. It's like an adult comedian who knows what he's doing, a seasoned performer using material written by like kids. It was just very generational issue. And like he was doing his best, but like, God, if we could just have like him and people of that caliber every week, the show would be like amazing. Because the show was bad and it was still very watchable because he was so committed and comfortable. Like, he was so comfortable, even with the bad
I was going to say, the only two things that I found funny are these two photos. Was he I think it's kind of gross. It was like this flaming hot Cheeto preparation H. It's a disgusting thing, right? But he executed it so well that he made it funny. The only other thing that I thought was funny was they had a little both pre-recorded, of course. Goth Kid on Vacation.
Yeah, it's so true though. It's good. It's good. Now I'm surprised. So you didn't like the Eagles screech one, but I loved it. I love sketches where you can tell it was written at 4:30 in the morning and everyone in the room was just just adding to the joke and elevating it and just thinking of more. The concept is that it's just a bunch of people.
Oh, it's going to be so funny. And then it wasn't.
I thought it was funny. I thought everything they did was heightened and elevated. The concept is that a bunch of people sit down together and it's each person one-upping each other on saying something pretentious, like, oh, I bought this at a thrift store at the Goodwill that I volunteer at.
Like your sweater. Oh, you do? I made it from organic lambs. Or like whatever it was.
And then they would like look at the camera and there'd be like a screech noise. So I enjoy that because it's also true because people are fucking annoying.
Like you said, oh, he talks a lot about being vegan. And I'm like, oh, really?
There is a vegan joke in there. No, thank you. I'm vegan for the animals.
Right.
But all in all,
SNL really sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah.
We'll still be watching it though.
Okay, let's head to, dare I say, Browntown?
Oh my God, we're an hour and 35 minutes in.
My chair just squeaked when I did that. I didn't fart, but it was like perfect timing. I just had to point that out. All right, let's do it.
Browntown. Everything's waiting for Pooh.
Oh, Amanda.
Really quickly, Beakerface says, I said this earlier, but Ego's bit on Update was hilarious. I agree with that. That was amazing. I was so proud of her. Did you find that funny?
Okay, fair enough.
Jody hated it. All right,
no,
what do we got on Browntown?
Okay, I just wanted to throw up 2 throwback screenshots. I'm sure I came across these on like Reddit or something. But I do like to keep these. I have them saved, probably like 3 different copies of it in my camera roll because every so often I do think it's a very good reminder, especially now that our season's starting back up, about the rift between the kids and Mary. And this was years ago when Maddie tweeted about Mary, just to refresh people's memories. So I'm just
then deleted them, and then like deleted them, which is always so much more fun for me when they're like, oh shit, but then it's like people caught him, people screenshotted that. Yeah,
we got it, babe. So this was Maddie tweeting years ago. She said, try being scared of someone your whole fucking life. And she plays like she's the one who's hurting. She was a monster. Now she's attacking one of the few safety nets you had. No, check again. She also added, you can't subtweet shit and not expect retaliation. Loyalty goes to those who were always kind. Christine. There is nothing like dealing with an abusive human your whole life and finally having the freedom to not have anything to do with her. Makes me love Maddie. It really does. Then there was another comment that someone took a screenshot of. I hadn't seen this one yet, but this was, it looks like it was someone asked something on Patreon. You can see their name here, but I'll just not say the name just in case. They asked Gwen on Patreon, hey, maybe a quick summary tonight, just general thoughts and an actual video tomorrow. I'm sure this will be a difficult video, so keep your mental health as a priority. That being said, have you perceived Mary being abusive? And Gwendolyn responded, she was scary as a kid, but she never attacked me, and I only saw her violent once. That was a long time ago.
It's got to be McKelty. I feel like I really feel like it was McKelty. I feel like it was an arm yank of McKelty.
I just think, I mean, that word violent, that definitely insinuates a physical, right?
Yeah, again, but also
like it's not manipulative. It's not
violent.
Violent
as someone was like physically like injured, not a spanking, but like an injury.
So I needed that for myself going into this because we can be I don't want to say dazzled by Mary, but she likes to distract with the worthy up shit.
Dazzled.
You know, she's not worthying up at all. She
Really?
made children go up and down icy, snowy concrete steps 2 flights so they wouldn't walk through her living room. Their other mom didn't want them to do
No,
that.
just mom. But also people people get on us a lot for being too mean to Mary. I'm like, well,
Yes,
she's fucking
sure.
awful. And especially we're rewatching it at the same time. So we're and currently we're going through on our Patreon, we're where she after the catfish, but she still won't drop the catfish. And
my God.
she just bought the house in Parowan and didn't tell anyone so that she could act like a victim about it. So
she's awful,
insufferable.
Not only to the sister wives and Cody, and you know how much we despise Cody. And Robin.
But we're like, Cody's right here.
But she is just really awful to Leon. And Audrey. I mean, dozens of times we don't want to talk about her over, and she keeps just like needling them about it. It's awful. Okay, but a lot of stuff happened over this last week.
Right over the week, yeah.
Okay, so what I did, I took, and I think you're going to have to help talk me through this. I heard you and Joan talking about this last week with the new boundaries and new layout of Coyote Pass. Now, I'm going to call this, actually this one. Oh, shoot. Why are my things moving all over? This was from a while ago. This was like the new old layout.
All right.
After Christine left. So this was where it was kind of at until last week, right?
Right.
Okay. So Cody and had a big box, or is this the flip? You're going to have to explain this to me because I know that as of last week, everything's been laid out again.
Yes, and then over the week there was also a bunch of different ones, but I think this might be the final now. Also, by the way, I just want to say it, not a pond. Pond is listed on here, but there is no pond in this property.
Yeah, not a pond.
Runoff ditch.
What I did notice on this new Coyote Pass layout, though, is that if in fact, okay, sorry, I'm going to go to a different map of this. Stay with us, guys. So if you look at this, do you see that green portion where it says like Cody, Janelle, and Mary, 4.48 acres, 180,000? Is this still current or no? Or is this what it was?
I don't know. As far as I know, I believe it is actually split evenly now. I believe. Okay. Isn't that what this is? Is this not? I think that this is showing, or as even as it's going to get. I don't think Robin
so we have
anything, but okay.
The biggest of the lot with the trees is split between all four. So Cody, Robin, Janelle, Mary. Let's see. Yeah, I think the maps are kind of like turned around opposite directions. But no matter what I really love about this is that, remember when Mary really wanted to have that pond on her land and they were all like, no, because, Mary, that bitch, she's always going to be like, nope, the kids can't go on it and all that. Yeah. Mary did end up, no matter what, always getting that pond. Now, I mean, I think they, of course, Janelle and Mary will sell off their portions and all that kind of shit. But I just love that, like, no matter what, even if Robin and Cody keep the land, they will have to buy Janelle and Mary out to get that pond for themselves.
Yeah.
And I just love it.
I love it
because,
too.
Again, not a pond. Not a pond.
I hope, look, we have been, us as fans, we're watching fucking Aurora have a baptism. Like, we're putting in the work here. I better fucking see all of that court shit be talked about on camera. I don't want to see another ear-piercing storyline. I want us to now find out I want to watch that. How did we get to that? Because something happened behind the scenes. I want the lawyers to have talking heads.
Yeah. Well, what we need is Cody to whip out a shark like this one.
Oh God,
and
it's the next episode we're doing on Patreon.
I mean, we're women, Cody. We need you to explain this to us like we're women. How does this work with all the land going back and forth? Now, what is, I did not see this, and you had uploaded this.
Yeah, this is from my buddy Becky, who actually runs a Robin, like a Robin kind of fan page on Facebook. So everyone,
Okay.
don't be bitchy. She's actually like awesome. We talk a lot. We
Oh,
like
I
to
love
gossip
it.
about the Browns. She also doesn't like Cody, all right? So she found this, or she sent this to me, and this is just so funny to me because this is the signing over of the land, or this is Cody and Janelle agree, like signing something about the land. Okay, they've made it it doesn't matter what. Well, it does matter, but right now it doesn't. Cody signed this on their anniversary, which I find so funny because remember when Mary had them move on their anniversary? She's like, "Oh no, I didn't do that on purpose." But it's like, no, you so very clearly did that on purpose. And then Cody's like, "Oh, fucker, no," like being like how stupid Mary is. The thing that I just know in my soul is that Cody did sign that on their anniversary as a fuck you, and in turn, Janelle didn't even cross her mind.
No.
Like, did not clock it, has not clocked it.
Yeah. Well, you know what I clocked, and I love about this is that Janelle's signature is just Janelle B. I love it.
I'm wrong.
She's like Janelle B. Jones, like
It's
Junie
me.
B. Jones. I love it. Just Janelle B. Janelle
She's
Brown,
like, yeah,
you're
but-
nasty.
I just think it's because I just really think that Cody did that on
I love
purpose,
her.
and Janelle doesn't give a fuck. Like,
Oh,
did
no,
not
she's just
clock
like,
it.
Give me the land that's mine. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
fine.
fucking sell it.
Anniversary comes and goes every year, does not cross Janelle's mind. Like, thinks about it months later.
Who knew? Hey, speaking of Janelle, let's catch up with our queen.
Big things
Janelle
happening.
Was busy. All right, last U-Haul from Flagstaff. Oh, okay. Now here's her caption.
She
and then
moved like last year. She's still bringing her last year.
She's still there. Okay, so I'm taking one last storage unit in Flagstaff. That's just how the post starts. I've had one last storage unit in Flagstaff. Great. It was a lot of the little things that didn't fit in boxes or were just last minute evacuees. Crying, laughing emoji from the apartment that just didn't fit into the U-Haul. I was waiting for a window of time and whether to bring the last load. With the family wedding in SLC last week and needing to pick up a few things from Hunter's place in Vegas this past week was the week.
She said a lot of the word. The word week was used in that
week,
same sentence 3 times. Okay.
I've had
Wait. Sorry. Wait.
Oh.
What wedding was in SLC? A family word wedding, she said.
A wedding. Who knew? Janelle doesn't know. She's just there. It's a wedding.
Right, got it.
I've had a fun, quote unquote, tour of the Intermountain West and now set my sights on Amarillo tonight. Parentheses. That one country song always plays in my head when I say that. So grateful to my friends at Angela Moody's and Christina, who also brought the extra help and saved my bacon.
Oh,
that was my favorite part.
No, my favorite part of this was this fucking shady ass post. Did you also clock this as being like pointed at Mary? Because it's Janelle.
No.
This was a reel, but obviously it has, what song's playing? Taking care of business every day. So I obviously couldn't pull it to play. But there's like 3 pictures in the entire reel. And the second picture is this of her and this girl. You can't see anyone's faces. I guess Janelle's laughing. And it says, she wrote across everyone, definitely plenty of silliness while we were working. And to me, that's saying, yeah, Mary, this is actual fun. And probably whatever's happening in this picture is actually funny. And we're laughing the appropriate amount in this picture, Mary.
We are laughing. Oh, what does she say here? Here comes the help.
This is so cute. Also, do you think that she just didn't even ask Christine and David? Do you think that she was like, they're just a lot?
After that close call in the U-Haul, no way. She had to go back for those last minutes.
She's so mad at him for that. She hates him forever for that. No, I think it's. I drove across the country with Christine yapping away about David the entire time. And
I was just gonna say, she's like, they're always like hugging and kissing. She's like, It'd just be easier this
It's
way.
a lot,
Also, I
yeah.
just love she's taking photos of people like we don't really know, and she's like, "Here they are."
Right. Are these going to be featured on the show now? Probably not.
Yeah. So we also had Janelle in Chicago, which made me so sad because had I known and I still lived there, I would have gone to try to find her. So she had dinner with her boys in Chicago, and she says, "Oh my stars, what an amazing meal!" So here we are. It's just little snapshots from her weekend. Oh, and what is this? Oh, Amanda.
So look, Madison posted, "My kid's current obsession is Moana, and my mom, Janelle Brown, is a sucker for getting them everything they want." And then Janelle reposted it and wrote, "Well, I'm a grandma." Laughy face, laughy face, laughy face.
Grandma. Who knew? Oh. You know, she got a good chuckle out of that going, "Well, I'm a grandma." Classic Janelle, right up in the,
Oh, I didn't see
could
this
not be
one.
any closer. So she recorded this as a video. McKelty and Tony were in town this
Really
past
close.
weekend, and we had an early birthday party for Avalon. The ice cream sandwich cake made its appearance.
Oh, yes, she talked
It
about
may
that.
have started as a version of the banana split cake. Many of the kids requested it every year on their birthdays. So this, an angel food cake with whipped cream and strawberries, were a frequent rotation. Do you have a favorite birthday cake?
Hey, she's getting that engagement like Christine
Yes,
does.
Everything's content, baby. And then
She's still on about these chickens, eh?
she's still on and on about the chickens. Maddie and Caleb's little chicken flock has lived a carefree, protected life for 3+ years, and now disaster. It's been so sad. No changes in anything as far as how they're housed, etc. We have seen the hawks, but the only sign of raccoons was when our corn was shredded last summer. God, I love this
What?
woman.
Okay. Now the debate is, do we get a new group or wait? We won't realistically be in our new houses until later this fall. New chicks can be laying eggs by summer. Plus, they are wonderful composters. They gobble up a lot of the table scraps. Actually, you know what? This is the content that I really do enjoy from Janelle.
I love her.
This is about her life. And, these are questions she's actually using social media correctly for. What should we do?
And
Should
she
we give her
is
chicken?
so happy. She is so happy
Yes.
and obsessed with Maddie and Caleb, which is a little concerning, but it's okay. It's really sweet.
She's living the
now,
life
the
she
weekend's
always
not
wanted.
over yet.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
selfie of the two of you, Janelle.
Is she trying to? Okay, this looks like a picture where there's a celebrity behind you and you're trying to get a picture of the celebrity while making it look like you're taking a selfie. Is that this picture is supposed to be about that woman in the background, right?
Well, not really. It's actually about her best friend here, who they went to this fundraiser, and it was actually a really sweet thing. There was but no, it was just a fundraiser. Her and her friend going, and there's the food.
Yeah.
Night out in
These are
Chicago.
good food pictures. I'm glad. Look, she's having
they're
a great
fine.
time.
They're not on
they're not
her plate
great.
or anything, but they're fine. They're fine. And this was my last one for Janelle. She's got a picture of her plate. Now this is a pretty shot. If
A little more light on there would be great.
maybe the words didn't overlap the plate, so we could see the whole thing, but that's okay. This looked like a cheese board, but it was a dessert. The brie was a lemon tart in the olives, basically cake bites and fondant. So clever and so good.
She's
I
never
love
seen.
her.
She's never seen. Is it cake or seen a cake that looks like something else?
No, blew her mind.
I just love. Yeah, it really did blow her mind. It really did.
Okay, so now let's catch up with Christine.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, we're back to doing the same thing. You want my recipes?
For pot roast.
If you would like my cozy pot roast recipe.
I mean, I think I took this because I always like looking at her hashtag. I'm shocked that there's no David in the hashtag, so we're making some progress here.
Yeah. Now, careful there, because she did
Never
also have
mind.
another post with David where he's talking about that he was diagnosed with diabetes. And she says in the video that
I got the diabetes. I got the sugars.
And she said he was diagnosed a week before their wedding. So cool. It's a plexus, shill, so I'm not even going to read it, but whatever. She did say in there, she's like, comment stubborn if you agree, or if you have a man like this guy. Now, they've also opened
their
up
joke that David is stubborn. They've like concocted this joke where he's in some way unreasonable or hard to work with.
I'm just a man who just does things man's way in Moab.
Like, okay, but you're wearing like matching shirts to Disneyland saying like, I'm with her with like
I'm
a
with
Mickey
her.
finger. Yeah, so no.
Mickey and Minnie hands.
Don't try to relate to the women out there whose husbands are actually stubborn, Christine. Okay.
I work so my wife could go to Disney shirt.
How about this?
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay. Okay. This thing of them in the backseat. So she posted this reel of them in this. What is this called?
Like a dune buggy.
A dune buggy. See, I feel like whenever you're it's like a jump scare when you see Truly in the back seat of something with David and Christine in the front, because all I can think about is that infamous video where she like immediately at the beginning of the video, Christine's like, here we are with Truly, and Truly reaches forward and bites David. Like, I think it happens a couple times, and then like the video like cuts out, and it's like, ooh, that was a story though. That was a live story, Christine. That lives forever. Yeah. We know that she's a biter.
Yeah. Yikes. Truly's getting me into some freaky stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't even know why the brain just went there. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm blaming very much about.
Yeah, here Becky says.
I'm sorry.
Becky says Truly didn't bite him, making progress. See, everyone else is thinking it. Like when I see Truly in the backseat of something, I'm expecting a bite to happen. In the next
I think
10
all
seconds.
of us went like,
yeah.
We took a little like, oh.
David, where are your hands? Keep your fingies clear. Keep
Now
your fingies outside of the vehicle.
Christine had filming power on this one, though. She had full editing on these, so that could be it. But she posted these because they had their first guest at their new Hurricane B&B. Is she going to try to do like a B&B empire? I just want her to be careful and scale this.
It's better than an MLM because it's actually real hard, honest. Like, and she's like working for like she's working to improve, like give someone else a fun experience rather than steal their money with a pyramid scheme. So I appreciate
because Christine's certainly not negative, right? But she will call you out if you're being negative. Girls. I don't love to hate things. I love to love. Right, Isabel? Thank God that angel of a human came to our defense and that cameo. But here's Christine just being a little passive aggressive. She said, consider yourself an optimist or a realist. So people vote, and then she fucking mocks them. Go ahead, read it.
I clicked optimist because as much as I come across as super snarky and bitchy, I think I'm too optimistic. I don't want to ever think negative thoughts. Otherwise, my brain will go to Severance mode. So I just need to always think that everything is going to be just fine. But people wrote, more people put realist. And then she pointed at realist and wrote, I find this is what pessimists really call themselves. What do you think that her and David are maybe having a little argument?
He's like, you're a pessimist, Christine. I'm a pessimist, Christine. You're too much of an optimist.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, I do think Christine is like crazy optimistic to the point where it's like, can I just have a moment?
Yeah.
In a bitchy mood. Can I just say I don't like this or I hate this or we love to hate things. We're watching Christine. So
the dogs are starting to get. It's okay, guys. We're almost at 2 hours.
It's okay.
Here,
we're almost wrapped up.
We're at Mary.
Mary's big time slacker this week.
Mary says, no, she's not a slacker. She only posted one picture on social media, but we did get a fucking fart poo of the Salty Birches video. So we'll close out on that.
I laughed so hard I forgot. That was funny.
My body was sore for some reason after watching it. But first she wrote them about Zona.
Mary will never fuck again if she continues her friendship with Jen like that. I'm just saying.
Don't show any potential dates that video. But she wrote, yes, it's a picture of Zona sleeping in her bed. Yes, I'm that dog mom, and I'm not ashamed. Also, when sweet Miss Zona hasn't been feeling well, I keep her close. She fills my heart. We were meant for each other. Okay, so that's cute. Right.
Very sweet.
So, we're liking Mary. Now, Also, there was nothing for Instagram for Cody and Robin, but I promise you that those will be back on 420 or soon after once that episode airs. Do not worry, guys. I'm sure the people will be blasting out through their comments. So that's on a little hiatus. But the last thing we will show here is, if we don't remember, part 1 of this fucking Salty Birches video from last week. It was so, apparently it went on so long with gasping and wheezing breasts that they
it was such a
into
hit.
2 parts. Oh, such
It
a
was
hit.
such a people
but the
just thought it was
comments
so
are
funny.
people saying how funny you guys are too much.
This is the thing where Mary and Jen are sitting on the bench, and Mary goes to like take a selfie in that
on a
cabbage or
beet
whatever.
leaf. It's like a sugar beet leaf, because at the beginning of the first one they're like, I'm gonna sit on the sugar beet leaf. Are you gonna sit on the sugar beet leaf? I'm gonna sit on the sugar beet leaf.
It's Janelle saying weak. Yeah, over and over and over.
So here's the video part 2. It is so annoying. Here it is.
There's no way you got your fig leaf in that picture.
I only got.
Do you want me to show you how to get a good crotch shot? You hold it with your feet. No, I don't. And why do you? Listen, sometimes I just Google things to figure out how to do them.
I'm gonna start getting your phone and googling the most inappropriate.
You don't have
things.
to, it's already in there.
Listen.
My phone would legit think I was hacked if I only posted or Googled appropriate things. You can't
Okay.
even... Or maybe I should take these off. Here, ruin my perfect shot. Listen, I just don't feel like this is ladylike at all. Like, put like one foot a little bit out, more like straight up, like the pinup models.
Ow, it hurts.
Do the other leg then.
Fig leaf.
There you go.
That's it. Work the camera, baby. Work the camera.
Work it.
That's right.
Work it.
That's right.
Woo! It's a sexy beat there.
Was listening to Doughboys there, as you could tell. Salty Birch is out in the town destroying Parowan. Parowan doesn't know what's coming with these 2 ladies out and about.
Why, after rewatching that, would you post it? I'd just be like, we're just doing a part 1. We'll come up with another part 2. We're not like, this is stupid. This is.
I felt like I'm like remember at the beginning of this episode, we were like both like in a dark place. That brought me back to a dark place. I felt depressed after watching. Like it was, I could feel it sucking me of energy as I was watching it. The laughter. And do you know what they were like? Did you catch the joke? Like the one thing that was said to set off the laughter. Like, did you catch it?
The crotch shot.
Yeah. That elicited that much
funny?
laughter. And then Jen says, sometimes I like to Google things when I don't know what they're about. And then that set off another section of laughter. Like, it's just depressing.
I mean, we can see that you guys just think they're equally hilarious. In the comments.
What are people thinking in the comments there? I mean, that was really...
Oh, they don't like they don't like these Instagram stories, these TikToks, babe. No, it's awful. It's awful. And also, I thought it was going to be a podcast, right? I remember them sitting and they were like, they had their microphones and they were like, oh, do you think they realize like it requires work and planning and they would rather walk around town and act like toddlers?
Oh my God, there's so
Mary
annoying.
thinks this little, like talking like a baby or a little girl when she's like, I don't know where to put my foot. Like she thinks that's cute or sexy. And I can't imagine even a 13-year-old boy thinking that's funny.
It's annoying. It's like, this is how you act with your friends? Because when you're with your friends, you're kind of the most real version of yourself. It's like, oh, that's you. By the way, somebody is asking here. Susie says, girls, can you explain this to me like I'm a woman? Where is the Sister Wives recap? Season 13 episode Poo Part 1 I posted on that you know why is because YouTube, me and Jody were going on and on about YouTube and all of their fun features and the things that you can't do and all the things you have to manually do. I have I'll make it live now. I have to go in every day and physically make things live because you can't schedule members only posts. It's all part of the fun of doing
Well, you know what's really cool about YouTube? You guys will appreciate it.
So many things.
I inquired for like a back end sort of thing back in October. Help ticket's still out, but it's okay. I can't check up on it or submit another one until they have figured that one out. And there's no way for me to contact anyone.
Pod in the city as well. You already submitted a help ticket. We haven't been paid ever. We owed 2 payments. But anyway, this is now public for members. So there you go, everyone.
Good. Well, there you go.
What a great day. What a great episode.
What a show. You guys are
really
What a show. 2 hours. Wow. Well, we have 2 more weeks until Sister Wives is back.
God, I can't wait. Thank you guys. Everyone in the comments are being so cute and fun and funny today. And hopefully, are you in a better mood, Jody?
I am. I'm in a much better mood. And so many of you in the comments were like, yeah, I had like breakdowns last week.
For sure. Do you think Mercury was in retrograde or something's going on? I know what it is. The world is imploding as we speak.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. I forgot. Forgot for a second. All right. All of that stuff, guys. Check us out on Patreon this week. Girl Dinner Leftovers. Sister Wives Secrets Part 2 comes out on Wednesday. On Thursday, we got What Not to Wear, I think. Or maybe something else will pop up, but we're pretty sure it's What Not to Wear. And then leave us a voicemail. That'll be in the show notes down there. Check out Pod in the City on YouTube. Go over and subscribe. Yes. That's really lovely. We get extra pennies if you do that. Join us, me and John, every Wednesday at noon Mountain Standard Time for our own live. It's the same thing as this, but a little cuntier.
Yeah. Or listen to it on your favorite podcast app.
Yeah, do that too. All of that stuff. And join our Facebook
You guys,
group.
seriously, thank you so much. We love you.
We needed this. Oh, the dogs are going
Same time,
crazy.
same place. They gotta go.
Yeah, and Walter's like, these fucking dogs. This is my life now. We love you guys. You're all adults. Walter, hit it. Bye-bye. Bye. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment. And click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/trpod. And We Love to Hate TV. Patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.